The action, the speed, the intensity, and the emotion. The NSDCA has provided that for 6 seasons now, and this is the second season we have come here to the 1-mile D-shaped oval I-69 Speedway in Michigan for the Mountain Dew Custom Series. This time out, it is early in the season compared to last season where it was later. And on the pole for Evernham Motorsports is Anderson Reed. Evernham knows how to get it done here at I-69. The only race we've had here before this one was won by Logan Cloud. That was in the number 79. Reed's teammate this season in that 79 is Jeffrey Finguy, starting there 16th. They are currently 1-2 atop the standings, with Finguy leading Reed by only 3 points. So Anderson looking to gain and possibly take it from him. To the outside of that Geico Camry, number 13, Irving Allison for Butcher Gatorade Motorsports, a full-time driver for the boss team to BGM, Shade Burkhart Racing in the CRTS. Row 2 sees 2 Ditech Motorsports drivers in William Duncan and Scott Roush. Very good showings for them as their third teammate, Jesse Turner, starting second to last. Roush missed the race last time out at Steelback, so really trying to turn his momentum around and get back into the top 28 of owners' points. Another driver who missed last time out at Steelback was Austin Johnson there in the Advanced Auto Parts number 54 Pontiac for his cell phone team. Trying to turn that around outside of him is Zach Rogers, who has slipped down to 10th in the point standings. Rogers' teammate Colton Yost starting just a position behind him in 7th, and Patrick Smith, who has had 3 good runs in a row, but only 2 top 5s to show for it, with accident taking him out late at Road America in the Pizza Hut number 97, starting 8th. Daniel Kabza in 9th has probably, arguably, the quickest car out there on the racetrack. 2 wins at Las Vegas and Steelback, but some mid-pack runs at Daytona and Road America have left him 4th in the standings. And then Christian Vargas, all the way down in 27th. He missed a race. I believe he missed Road America. They're starting 10th. 50 laps ahead of us. Let's get the command to fire the engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
The engines are clicked to life here at I-69 for 50 laps of action in the Motorcraft Quick Lane 225. So this race last year under the lights. Last year it was a fairly clean race. I think there was only 1, maybe 2 cautions. Casey Mears got into a crash last season. I remember that was a pretty violent wreck, if I remember, but Mears actually missed the race, so yet another season that the 66 car goes home. But Jacob Rose, the teammate to Mears there in the 17, is 3rd in points, obviously with a win at Road America, starting deep here. 31st, not the run they want to have. We also have a first-time starter for a team that will be that number 37 with Antoine Smith behind the wheel, owned by Matt Sladek, who starts deeper in the field than that 37. The green flag is out. Anderson Reed gets the jump. We are underway for the Motorcraft Quick Lane 225. And the bottom got a great launch, at least the top first 2 rows. Then it is Allison and Roush, and then Austin Johnson may have not gotten the jump that he wanted, as Zach Rogers trying to get into the top 5 from the top side. He will get there. You see 3 wide back here in the pack. That is still Diego Yepes in the 0-1, as Mikey Yamakaze remains injured after his wreck at Road America. He will be back for race 6 at Oxford Plains. Brad Stover making a big move to the inside of Yepes there as they race hard just outside the top 10. Yepes, an experienced driver, not exactly experienced here at I-69. As we look back up to the front, William Duncan has swept past to the race lead. So that is a big run there for Ditech, taking the race lead, and for Duncan leading on an oval. And now looking to make it a Toyota 1-2 is Irving Allison hunting down that 39 of Anderson Reed. Does he make a look into 1? Not quite. Running a little bit higher, trying to search for speed as Austin Johnson muscles his way underneath Scott Roush. Both of those drivers know they want to get into the top 28 of owners' points. They're going to race each other hard while they're up here. Zach Rogers, Daniel Cobbs as some of the Dodges working it really low there in 3 and 4, trying to get the run, but not that good of a drive off. Colton Yo there on the top side may have just gotten a better one as Yepes trying to make up some ground there in that 0-1. Get up to his teammate for this race, Irving Allison, trying to work past Patrick Smith and Brad Stover. 3 wide. They can make 3 wide work. They can maybe even make 4 wide work. This is a pretty wide track here, but when they push up like that on the corner like Delgado and Perez did, might not always work. Back up at the front. Duncan putting a gap on that 39 of Anderson Reed. Allison comfortable in 3rd, and Austin Johnson looking to hunt him down. Roush has slipped back all the way down to what will be 7th currently. And Christian Vargas as well, holding his own here in the top 10. Vince Free still in the top 5 of points for North Motor Motorsports. Really underrated performance so far this season, and he's doing well once again, just right now, currently 10th. But as we look further back through the field, there is Jeffrey Finguy just ahead of the 2 Cyclone cars. But Finguy running mid-pack, just about 17th, so only has lost a spot from his starting position, just trying to manage this race. But with that 1:44.27 ahead of him, not going to do him any favors. Further on back, there is Jacob Rose making up a bunch of spots so far. So big gains, big moves for that 17. Probably going to be around, what, 22nd? 23rd? No, 22nd, because he got past the 8 of Spurley too. SBR running not where BGM is. They are more down the order with Kev Shearer and Matt Sladek. Shearer still 7th in the point standing. Sladek has slipped down to 17th. John Dilks, who is 6th in points with a top 5 after Steelback, stuck back here as well with Kyle Corbett. Cordell Smith as well, so TRD not having the best race. Preston Evans nowhere near where his teammate Patrick Smith has been running this season, stuck in the back as well. Look to the front, Anderson Reed has taken the race lead once again, so it seems like we'll be missing lead changes all tonight as we've got red cars 1, 2, 3. Austin Johnson has gotten past Irving Allison. Johnson, very experienced down here in the MDCS, running, I believe, full-time this season, split between his 54 and 57. This would be his 3rd full-time season down here, as he is running full-time trucks as well for Monster Motorsports. But Johnson knows his way to get around these tracks. He's a race winner down here in the MDCS. Austin Murray won in this car last season, so a team you really don't think about, especially a team that missed a race, but they're proving that they can get it done as he looks to the inside of William Duncan for 2nd. Can't quite get there. No run really off the corners. The middle line working a little bit better than the bottom is. As Allison trying to really rip the lip here on the top of that 54. He's going to make a look to the outside and get the move done. Irving Allison back up into 3rd. And probably what some of these guys don't want to see, the dirt racer Daniel Cobbs working his way back up here. He's into the top 5 now. When he has gotten a top 5 or a top 10 this season, he has won. Can he go 3 for 3 on that mark? We'll have to see. A lot of racing left. Only lap 15 of 50. And he's our visor cam driver tonight. So let's take a visor cam lap with that 44. Not much off throttle time, not much time off the wheel itself. Really on the back straightaway is only time that these guys are going straight around here, and that is for just a moment, few seconds, while they're turning back into 3. Austin Johnson still right on the tail of Irving Allison. That would be for third. Anderson Reed has really opened up just to about a 1-second race lead at the back. Bobo Jones, Jesse Turner, James Ellison stuck back here. Ellison was clear to race after involved in that wreck with Yamakaze, but maybe something's lingering on that 53. Did not have a strong run at Steelback and is in the back once again here at I-69. Emmons stuck back here as well. Definitely not what CFRO wants to see, as they have a lot of Michigan presence in this league and at this track. Mike Cook, they're back here as well, trying to get past the 67. TRD not making up much ground. Sladek has passed the car that he owns, so Antoine Smith down here in the 37. Car he drove last year leading the race, but this one, even though it's a part-time gig, probably not where he wants it to be, but in the field was the goal for the team, and they have done that. Smart Motorsports probably not wanting to be down here as well. Alex Fletcher has been okay in this 0-2, I'd say, because 11th in points is not bad, but I guess he was a much flashier driver last season at Texas Star Racing, so maybe a bit humbling for that 0-2, but Fletcher's still proving he can get it done, because right now with where Kev Shearer's running, he'll probably jump him and get back into the top 10 of points. Rose trying to make up some ground up to into the top 20 and not too far off of Finn Guy, because Finn Guy's 18th. Roger Ray in the 62 has gotten past. But Vince Freeze really fell out of the top 10. That's something that he does not want to see, so he'll probably lose a bunch of points, and it's going to be looking like that Reed and Kobza could really pull away here in the standings. Patrick Smith could make up a bunch of ground again as well. But Dodge trying to prove that they do not mess around. They actually have the top 4 in the standings coming into today either way. So we get a big group of cars here right in the midfield. And they're trying just to pull away and get themselves yet another MDCS championship, as well, they've won 3 of the 5 titles, because Colton Lane and Carson Bowers were the other 2. And Bowers is in a Dodge currently as well. As Delgado trying to get past the 87 of Brad Stover. Can't quite do it. Delgado will have to see how much of a threat he is at Old Spice and Watkins Glen, the other road courses, because he gets around them a lot better than the ovals, it seems. As here we go. This is outside. This is the battle for 10th. Yepes, Yo, and Patrick Smith. Scott Rouse, Christian Vargas still having really good runs here. They remain in the top 10, so that's really what they want to see. As actually we've had a position change up there for second, and it's ongoing. Big battle here. 4 cars trying to fight it out for second. Allison had it last time by at the line, but Duncan takes it back from the top. Austin Johnson trying to work his way around that higher groove to get past the 13, maybe the 33 as well. And Cobbs says, thank you for this battling. He's up here as well. It's a 4-car battle here for P2 as Reed extends his lead to 2 seconds. Reed, a driver who has won on the bigger tracks, sort of unusual to see him here at a 1-mile oval doing this good, but if a caution were to come out, that gap would be gone. Duncan hammering away as they battle hard for third. Allison has made moves on the top side. Cobbs' grip searching up here, trying to ride the cushion, get past that 54. He's going to help the 13 do so here, unless Johnson has a big run into 1. Before trying to work the throttle. Tires might be wearing a little bit now that we are past halfway in this race. And Allison is going to keep that spot in P3. Someone has fallen out of the top 10, haven't they? That would be Yo? Maybe I'm just mistaken for somebody. Yeah, we've had no incidents. I'm be having a lapse of communication here, but it is now Yepes and Patrick Smith here, 9th and 10th. But Priya McShane, this is a run she really needed. 30th in the point standings, really trying to get into the top 28 after an awful opening few races. She is up there currently P11, so real good run for that 2 team as well. The 35, Jose Perez. But Austin Johnson, Daniel Cobbs, we shouldn't have looked away from this battle. They've slipped past the 13 of Allison as well. Irving hasn't done the best here in the MDCS, so it's nice to see him doing well today. And now Cobbs looking for second on Duncan. Duncan's 12th in the point standing, so he might crack the top 10 with some of those other guys running real really far down. Honestly, the point standings are still pretty close. Only 30 points are from 1st to 6th, and only about 40 points from 1st to 12th, where Duncan is. So it won't be a full-on gain, but there can be a lot of points gains from some of these guys running up here. But Reed has absolutely checked out on this field. Cobbs is still second, as Duncan trying to work the top now to keep himself from getting passed by the 54 of Austin Johnson. And Duncan might be setting an attack here on that 44 once again, down into the corner. I think the top side is going to really prevail here because you're going to have to lift much more and more on the bottom. And yes, Cobbs is going to keep P2. Big mid-corner check up there for Duncan. Johnson's going to have a run on the inside in his Pontiac. So they're going to be side by side into one once again. And Allison may have gotten there, but he has to lift on corner exit. Otherwise, he probably would have slid up into that 33. Really working the grooves here. It's a multi-groove track, which is really nice. You're not out right by that wall, but you can work the middle and put together some good runs. As Allison looking to the bottom, Duncan really high following that 54 in. That's going to give the 13 no runoff, and Zach Rogers might be in this fight now. They're really spread out. Anderson Reed trying to stretch his advantage to possibly 3 seconds on this field. What can be done? Do they have anything for them? Are any of these guys gonna get too aggressive and possibly get into one another? Patrick Smith making up more ground. He's past Scott Roush. Yepes still in 10th, but as Smith tries to get past Vargas as well, the 0-1 shouldn't have too much trouble picking them off. As here we go for second actually, Johnson and Cobbs once more. Off the corner, the run's going to go to the 44. Johnson still trying to get anything done that he can on that bottom, but it's not going to quite do it. Reed's lead actually went away. It's going away, actually. They're gaining on that. They're gaining on Anderson Reed. He may have, as he driven the tires off on that 39, and they're going to catch him back. We'll have to see, as next time by will be 12 laps to go here. Turner has really fallen off. Ellison stuck back here as well. Emmett's still back here. Cordell Smith, Kyle Corbett, Kev Shearer just making up no ground. Finguy's still mid-pack. He's remains 20th. Rose has made up more ground, passing the 27 of Vince Freeze. That is the run. That's the confidence the 17 team needed. And Rose is going to gain on Finguy just a tiny bit more. Gatto up the hill. That is the 72. Eric Monaco. We haven't talked about much about him, but he ran pretty good here last season. But I don't think a 15th is going to be the worst thing in the world for that 72 team. Colton Yo has not gained much as this run wears on. You take a look back up to the front. The lead is going down. 157 last time, and now it's 1.37 of a second. They are reeling in this 39 of Anderson Reed. I'm not sure if Reed's playing it conservative or he doesn't have much left. Cobbs are working the higher grooves as well as Austin Johnson. Duncan has slipped back a little bit. Back to the clutches of Irving Allison. They might be out of it. It might be a race between the top three. Another 10th and a half shaved off of the lead of the 39. Is there time to catch for the 44 and the 54? Two veterans and a rookie between them. What is going to go on? Can Anderson Reed hang on? Can Cobbs pull off a third race win? He gained a much more that time. It's under a second now. Does Reed have anything left? We'll watch out the back and see what happens. Can the 44 run him down? For the back of the top 10, Patrick Smith, Dio Yepes now 2nd and 8th. Vargas and Roush down to 9th and 10th. They didn't gain anything that lap. That time by. What they lost there just gained right back. It's down to 0.7, 6 to go. Is there anything for the 39, Anderson Reed? Here comes Irving Allison. This is for 4th on Duncan. Can he make the move done, or will Duncan have a big surge off the top side? Side by side, it'll be Duncan. That time by, they lost. They lost. Reed may have just been saving his tires and is now going to give 100% once more, managing that race perfectly, out in the lead, and is looking to bring it on home. Can he do it? Up the track. Cobbs is lower. That might help the 39. At the line, let's see. 44 did gain. 44 did gain. One last look through the back of the field. Finn guy's not going to gain much because the 1727 have gone out of his grip. Yepes and Smith are advancing further, looking to get past the 9 of Zach Rogers now. That time by, it's 3 to go, and they really didn't gain. This might be game for Anderson Reed and that HEB number 39 trying to put the Evernham 39 back in victory lane like he did for his first 2 NSDCA wins back in season number 3. An old partnership reunited, 2 more laps, 2 more miles in the Motorcraft Quick Lane 225. Can a Dodge win the race sponsored by Ford once again? And he gained big that time. Almost a quarter of a second on the 44 as Reed home free. White flag is out for the 39, Anderson Reed. Cobbs a gained, but he might just be too far back. Austin Johnson likely way too far back now. Slipped back to a 2.5 seconds. Yepes versus Rogers. This is going to be for 6th. We'll watch that race. But coming around, Anderson Reed, the Pennsylvanian, looking to win once more for Evernham. He's going to do it. Reed has won the Motorcraft Quick Lane 225 at I-69 as Allison is going to nick Duncan at the line for 4th. Jose Perez just stole a top 10 from Christian Vargas. So big position changes here late as Freeze, I think Freeze is going to beat Rose, so that's going to be a point gain for Vince Freeze in the 27 on that 17. Oh, trouble at the end of the race. Vargas has spun the 08. Oh, they're spinning, actually. I don't know what happened. Matt Slack and Christian Vargas just spun. I'm not sure if they were going to be coming in too hot or what, but Anderson Reed just a masterclass today in that 39. Not much to say. Very tame race, just like we saw at Steelback. But Reed has put the 39 and Evernham back in victory lane here. And in the American manufacturer's backyard here in Michigan. I'd like to thank you all for watching here on the NSDCA once again. We will see you next time out for race 6 at Oxford Plains. The Sun Drop Cup Series and Crown Royal Truck Series will have action in the coming weeks as well. Thank you all for watching once again. See you next time.